included with Twitch Prime. Rated T for Teen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ready for game number 5. Potentially the final game of this series between Leftovers and Team Good Guys. Currently, the Open Division team are 2 games up.
And 1 game away from actually making it here. Leftovers look like the upper dog here. Wrestling away the Pro Division seed of Team Good Guys is their goal, and they're just 1 map away. Good Guys has to win 3 in a row. It will be tough for them.
3-1, currently in favor of Leftovers. Let's have a look at the battleground. Let's see where they are going. We're heading to Warhead Junction. And if Leftovers can win this, that will be an explosive end to the series.
Yeah, if you want to throw a spanner in the gears of your opponent, why not make it a nuclear warhead and throw it in their face? Proverbially, of course, here.
Yeah, traditionally a nuclear warhead slightly more effective than a spanner.
Yes, yes. And
well,
it doesn't have to be just in the gears
unless you
either.
are building things, in which case I would argue I would prefer to use a spanner.
But this is the map of choice here. And it's going to be Warhead Junction, so let's see how it plays out. A truly volatile map in every sense. The lanes are very far away from each other. The map objective is a series of warheads that spawn that can be used to do massive damage to enemy forts, to keeps, or even to the core. And sometimes it is used in a mad frenzy of boss control, nuking a boss even as both teams are trying to snatch it away from each other.
Yeah.
So let's let the games and the fireworks begin.
It is still, this is still one of my favorite maps in terms of just good memories. The very first time this map was shown was at Gamescom, and there was a thing there called Brawl Mania, and I was commentating that, and it was an influencers versus influencers event, and the game ended, the entire event basically ended with an Abathur tunneling into the base and backdooring the core of a nuke and killing the core. It was beautiful.
Why the heck not, right?
It wasn't, well, if you're going to win the game with it, then of course. So we do see the Tassadar consistent ban from the Good Guys here. Leftovers, once again, defaulting back to that. You can see, hey, he gets to be played. The Abathur actually does come out here.
Abathur will be the weapon of choice as Team Good Guys finds themselves at the precipice of defeat. Abathur, very strong pick on this map, but there are some threats against him. While Abathur is good at controlling small skirmishes, he doesn't do well as a dam against a tidal wave of pressure early on in the game. Big Ariel, Tassadar, Vala plays, or even Chen or Zul, any kind of pressure like Sylvanas on towers can be very threatening to deal with for someone with 1 man down.
Yeah, absolutely. We do also have Leftovers with some crazy burst potential here. Straight away, Greymane and Sonya, they would have loved the Rhaegar probably with this as well, so makes a lot of sense that Good Guys take this away, especially also that Rhaegar is one of the best combos in terms of supports when it comes to Abathur, just due to his actual reasonable damage output himself.
Good Guys are looking to draft probably their warrior now. Which warrior is good at soloing these members of Sonya Greymane? I'm thinking maybe Muradin. Muradin Abathur is fantastic together.
Yeah, that'd be good. So, attack speed slow, technically still a thing that Muradin has. Arthas, though, is also crazy with Abathur. Guess who else is crazy with Abathur? It's the Genji.
Now, Genji Abathur used to be such an obvious pairing, but at this point I simply didn't know anymore. No one took the ninja yet. Do they even know their martial arts?
We didn't get to see it yesterday because Abathur was banned every single map except one where he wasn't viable to play anyway.
So now the Abathur Genji combination. Working together, they can use double swift strike. If they get a kill, they both get the reset. It can get pretty darn crazy.
So, what are we going to see here from Leftovers for their second ban? What else works with this? We already mentioned Arthas, Muradin. All of these things are actually a big issue for Greymane as well. I would potentially like to see the Arthas ban personally.
I think ETC is a big threat against
ETC
Leftovers.
Is gone.
Oh, of course, yes. Okay,
yes. He was the first ban.
Yeah, so Arthas...
Johanna still, Chen, and Noob's also pretty reasonable. Double a Noob can actually be very effective. We've seen it used to great effect.
Or like a Cocoon on the support, then double Genji diving a Squishy. Big threat. Team Good Guys now must know that the amount of valid warriors is dwindling here. Sonya was picked, double warrior ban. Do they want to ban something themselves or widen the pool that remains to them?
Excellent question. They're going to ban Zagara. They potentially know something. And also Zagara is just very strong on this map. Global potential is great.
Wow.
Speaking of global potential, Falstad coming in here and Tyrael to come with it. And I like the Falstad. What's the biggest issue with Genji? He dives you. What's the best way to get rid of Genji? You send him somewhere else. So Mighty Gust can be a really good tool to use.
But it has to be said that a big reason for Falstad's drop-off out of the meta, besides the occasional Fnatic Falstad pick-off, because Quacknix is a Falstad god, is Genji and Genji Abathur. Falstad cannot split soak safely with a symbioted Genji coming for him. So there must be some kind of special plan here by Leftovers. They don't have the support yet.
Yeah.
They have been running double warrior, double support. Now it can no longer be a thing. This is Leftovers unlike we have seen them so far. And indeed, unlike we've seen them in most of Open Division.
Exactly. This is very different to what we have seen them run in the past. And honestly, it's exciting to me. They've left their support till last. And, like, support-wise, Uther, maybe...
It could be Karazim, someone mobile, can punch Genji back a little bit.
That's very melee heavy.
It is very melee heavy. Murden comes out, very good pick.
Double Li Ming.
Wow.
The reset comp. We get the Genji, we get the Li Ming, and it's Morales! Link gets to play Morales today.
Is this Medivac Sanctification?
Oh my god!
Going for the fourth
be.
and a keep?
It can. They got. It's a good map to do it on. If you can pick up some nukes, Medivac Sank. This is a really decent comp to just end the game with.
So you just grab 3 nukes at any time, hold on to them, Medivac to a keep, kill it fast.
Even if it isn't, the potential is there, and that is enough to potentially make the good guys worried. This is cool.
I mean, you don't have to use Medivac on cooldown the whole game, right? At any time where you have the conditions, you can just go for it.
Exactly, and as a reminder here, this is the kind of thing that Leftovers can afford to do. They can afford to play this kind of comp because they've got a two-map lead.
Yeah.
They only need to win one, so why not go a little crazy? Why not try something when you have that buffer?
It could also be Judgment Hinterland's Blast.
Oh,
I don't think so.
There's so many dreams here.
Tyrael Vampiric strikes Stim Drone. Probably
Sonya
not.
Leap with Ariat Crater.
Yeah. And then, of course, Cursed Bullet upgrade passing through, but probably not.
No,
right?
probably not. But as much as it would be pretty great. But either way, we're going to get to see Warhead for the first time in the European Crucible for today. For the last 2 days, we've seen a very interesting comp by Leftovers, showing that they aren't just in that sort of very safe play of we're just going to pick 2 warriors, 2 supports, or 1 support.
This is pretty much the first cheese we've seen by them, if it is.
We haven't seen it before. We're excited for it.
Now, again, it may not be that. Let's talk about the standard tools they have. Boss Control is there. Mighty Gust, Sanctification, Holy Ground, Ariat Crater maybe, but probably not. And the Grenade for Morales. A lot of boss control. Whereas for Team Good Guys, it's only Wave of Force. Certainly not a reliable way to steal bosses. So even though we've got a very threatening comp here for Good Guys.
There is another one which I will put out there for the sake of memes. Haymaker.
Oh, yes, of course. Level 10, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is a possibility.
Haymaker, boss control.
Let's see which of our options get picked. The answer is probably none of them as we head into game number 5 between these 2 teams, potentially the last one. And, Grubby, would you like to introduce potentially for the last time the team on the left?
Kronas on Rhaegar. It's going to be BKB back on Meriden. We've got Z3 on Li Ming. First Li Ming of the match. Anti-hero on Genji. We've got Raid Boss on Abathur. And it's Team Good Guys.
And on the right, it's gonna be Leftovers. Loba on the Tyrael. Linked playing the Morales. First time he's got to play it today. John Paul Diva is gonna be playing the Greymane. Blakitney on the Falstad, taking the Watchtower. And Potiboss is on that Sonya. We are already seeing some interesting talents coming out straight away here.
Tyrael.
We are seeing Tyrael going with even in death, the extra damage here, not the protection in death as some of us would have maybe liked to see. Falstad with the bribe, and Morales, I don't even know the name of that talent, but it's the auto-attack energy building one.
Yeah, it's Caduceus feedback. 1.1 extra range and gaining energy 4 per auto-attack against heroes.
Fair enough. No, fair enough. Not choosing to go with a grenade-based build this time. Cool to see. An immediate play from Good Guys trying to gain an advantage early, but the healing from Morales and Sonya's own self-sustain, too much. Not even close to a kill.
So Abathur takes care of bottom XP through Symbiote, living vicariously through his minions. No one matching Falstad there yet. Because if you actually split 2-1-1 with Abathur, the 3-man lane pushes pretty hard. So the Team Good Guys will accept losing a little bit of XP every now and then, because Symbiote doesn't soak XP as well as a hero, but instead they will limit the amount of damage that Greymane Morales could do alongside with Sonya. Now we see Genji Abathur against Falstad, and why Falstad has dropped out of the meta. Easiest skill ever.
Yep, even with Falstad's crazy mobility, Genji, with the help of an Abathur, was able to pick up the kill. Maybe without the Abathur, it wouldn't have been the case, but still, Genji, just the consistent pressure and mobility can do so well. Until level 10, or potentially even levels, actually potentially level 4 with the extra barrel roll range, if you wanted to go for that. Falstad is in a risky situation.
Thinking you can outrun Swift Strike, which has like quadruple the range.
Outrun Swift Strike, we just need to get to the towers. That's the deal here.
Yeah. If you're not too far extended, I guess certainly that could be a thing.
Exactly. So we do actually saw. Did we mention block on Muradin?
We didn't mention it, but it's a good pick, you know, against Falstad, Greymane.
Exactly. It's a nice little safe pick here. Loba wanting to channel, but not able to due to the Li Ming poke. She is great on this map for exactly this reason, especially in this lane for this exact scenario. Ulti denied by Stormbolt stuff starters, and now it is up to Poti to try and block the shots. Loba attempted to this time.
Falstad goes down to Genji again. It was foretold.
Wow. Yeah, level 4. Let's see if he goes for the extra barrel roll range to try and swap this. Or whether maybe a static shield, because he does start with the bribe. So, yep, static shield going for the full lightning build here. I like the lightning build versus Genji because there's so long a time between the zaps. You're not going to get too much of the deflect damage counted on you.
Yeah, I guess, you know, 1 or 2 strikes will be dodged, and after that Genji will start taking some serious damage.
Yeah.
This is, of course, also a great way to get some shields extra.
Yeah. Look at this. Falstad just swapped lanes.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm done with this.
Go in top.
This is silly. And a decent move. This nuke still contested here. Both teams really wanting it. BKB jumps over the wall, finds jump ball D.Va. Genji's rotated, but a good safeguard keeps him very sustained.
And he's even turning around. John Paul D.Va.
Yeah, killing the totem.
It almost looks like Morales' healing beam is like a tether, a leash, like come back here, pulling him out of combat.
A3 continuing to drop the harassment. Poti has rotated as well this time. It's a 5-man rotation. Everyone is here. Just as Genji has already kind of just left the area. That's going to force BKB back. Now can they channel? Look at he's trying. First block. Second mobility misses. Genji Shuriken hits though. More missiles. This is so much denial potential. BKB for the jump. Another denial with a Storm Bolt. They're going to try and make something out of this though. Going to try and focus down BKB. Instead they eat an Arcane Orb. And that's too much for them. They're forced to back it up a bit.
So this really looks like what we think it is. Team Good Guys, you know, Leftovers has a comp here that is probably a mid-evac, let's say all in. And Team Good Guys is doing really well. They had Hellbat Camp pushing bottom. They do infinite interrupts. And they have Abathur soaking and pushing top lane. Very good start for Team Good Guys here.
Falstad choosing a different escape route this time, deciding to fly away the second he saw Genji. Just didn't even hesitate, just like, well, can't do anything here, I'm out.
And the funny thing is, if he had waited till Genji was next to him, he would have also still died.
Yeah, exactly. So he made the correct decision there. Unfortunately, that does mean he has to burn his fly every time that this happens.
Still, the nuke's not taken.
Still there. Loba's looking for it. Genji soaking. The difference is, though, the longer this goes on, way better it is for Good Guys. They're already a full level ahead thanks to that Abathur soak.
Yeah, this is a nuclear arms race here by both of the teams. But in the meantime, Team Good Guys is running a very effective, experienced soaking plan with Abathur. So it's working out really nicely for that. BKB buying lots of time. Say3 now trying to get
Loba
the nuke, and he gets it!
Yeah, Smite didn't land. Tyrael dies as well. Gonna drop a little bit of damage onto Zay3, and by a little I mean half his health. Oh my god.
Even in death, 25% bonus damage on the explosion. Good. Nearly 1,000.
Yeah.
And
a lot of extra damage there. And the nuke is taken, like you said. Leftovers, they want to be pushing. They want to be getting value elsewhere on the map in these scenarios. They want to be getting set up for this level 10 play if they wanted to do it. They haven't even taken a fort. They've barely taken towers. The Kitty's probably going to die. Actually, maybe not. Sonic Shield might save him. Yeah, he gets out.
Yeah, I think Shield saves him, or nearly saved him. There was no more jump, but how close that was. You know, the funny thing is, if Abathur grabbed Stab instead of Mule at 7, likely that would have been a kill.
But the Mule just gained so much value on this map due to the amount of nukes that are dropped straight onto forts. BKB Abathur is enough to cause pressure, but Sonya with some good, decent counter damage.
Plus, there's no way you wouldn't grab Mule if you're against Morales with this kind of comp.
Exactly. If they keep trying to go for your core, you're going to be in trouble.
Level 10 is reached. Ancestral Avatar, the Dragon, Dragon Blade, Ultimate Evolution. Still thinking about it. Wave of Force.
Nice. Wave of Force, once again, like you said, pretty much their only crowd control,
no
boss
haymaker.
control. Yeah, no Haymaker. Big surprise.
Oh.
Level 10 is approaching for Leftovers, but they still have basically a full level to go through here.
Small pause here. We do see that Lauber dropped from the game here, so we will try to give them some time to get back in it. This is a new map, so maximum of 10 minutes pause. Of course, we hope it doesn't get to that point. We do ask for your patience, but online match, so...
Doesn't look like it's a DC this time. According to our little preview monitor, it looks like someone's screen died. So hopefully that is a situation of just plugging that back in again as opposed to restarting a router.
Maybe the cat took out the cable from behind. Poor screen died. Had so much to live for still.
Had so many pixels.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even just one day pixel, it's an entire screen.
But it looks like
we're ready. We're going to head straight back into this. Thank God, that was a very short one.
Sorry.
We're heading right in.
Sorry if you wanted a longer break, but we got to go on with the show.
Yeah, someone's just gone up, just like, okay, another pause, I'll go to the buffer. Oh, no!
Spilling popcorn all over the floor. Got to get back.
So we are seeing Leftovers continuing to clear out the mercenary camp here, and the boss is already down to half health. No heroics here, there's not really anything they can do to save this.
No, they can just stand and watch. Bystanders effect. Everyone watches, no one can do anything. Leftovers will have a boss marching against them, and at this point, Team Good Guys, they could just rotate and get the other boss.
They could, and that wouldn't be too much of an issue for them if they wanted to, due to the fact that top boss is going to be a huge distraction for Leftovers, who do finally have their heroics though. Mighty Gust, which does make that bottom boss a little bit more risky if they are able to clear it. Medevac, Sanctification.
Okay.
This isn't a huge giveaway of this is a cheese comp.
Really?
Medevac's just a really safe play for Morales anyway. It just means that that comp is available for them.
Yeah, there's no way that Leftovers is thinking about going for a Medevac on a fort or a keep.
Yeah, Falstad has died.
Oh, to Genji.
Yep.
Deja vu.
Deja vu.
Taken down by Genji once again. And this is why Falstad dropped out of the meta. Very difficult to do anything relevant by himself, with Genji always lurking around. Good job by Antihero though. Credit must be given where credit is due. He finds the opportunities.
So we do see Potiboss finally gonna, it looks like they're finally gonna pick up a nuke of their own here. But the fact they don't even have a fort, no, Muradin Abathur denied once again. They haven't even taken down a fort. If they have a fort, they have a lane they can attempt this comp on, but they're just getting zoned so hard. Also, Falstad didn't actually use Gust to try and save himself from Genji.
Here we go!
Oh my God, they're just committed. A single nuke. A single nuke, and they're going to try this. Falstad can fly in.
He didn't let Falstad get in.
He can fly, it's fine. No, he can't.
Hey,
he used it to get here.
Is that nuke centered?
Nope.
I believe it didn't do max damage.
That was absolutely not centered, but they also haven't used Sang. Oh my God, they're just going for it. Not censored. Well, they can't go for core because they haven't killed the fort. Guys, you haven't killed the fort. Guys, they're killed. Well, they're all dead.
They never meant to. Like,
yeah,
they'll get the fort at some point.
Yeah, this is the idea. Nearly killing Zayfree there, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, they have a keep. Now they just have to kill the fort. In the meantime, here goes another fort going down. Kronas actually just pushing with this boss. This is like as all in can get.
That good feeling when the strat you think it is exactly what it is.
That feeling as a caster of, yep.
Got it.
Nuke is dropped. Boss is still super healthy here. This could be a potential end game scenario here. Even Abathur is in this lane to add Locust to it, to add even more pressure. Gust is still available, which gives them a little bit of extra time, but the boss does get onto the core, which it almost certainly will. Falstad barrel rolling back, Genji with the Dragon Blade, trying to focus down John Paul Demon, but Morales still pretty much on point. Genji, the clone as well. Nuke is dropped, Loba having to move out of range. No one killed. That's a good bit.
The Gust was a bit too late. He would have liked to interrupt the nuke, but still, some space was created. Not maybe at the right time, because the boss wasn't there yet.
Abathur nuking as well! Morales is just going to focus out, but that means Morales is not healing her allies, but she's not going to do anything. Cores dropping down. We can see Anti-Hero still too healthy. BKB is at full health here. There's no way unless they can CC him for this entire thing, but he's too healthy, and that's going to be GG. And the cheese slightly less successful, and we do see the good guys take another map. They are now 2 wins away from holding onto their spot.
But they got Morales.
They got Morales.
And of course, leftovers got to keep. It has to be said.
They didn't get a 4, but they got to keep.
You know, sometimes people talk about what is a cheese, or we overuse the word cheese, or maybe some people don't know what it means.
Yeah.
That. Like,
yeah, that wasn't just a cheese, that was a stinky cheese. That was a camembert level of cheese.
Yeah, so basically a strategy that may work if your opponent has never seen it or doesn't react appropriately. But essentially, a strategy whereby you give away partial responsibility and you say, we're just going to do this thing, and it's not going to be particularly, you know, nuanced. It's just kind of this all-in thing, and we'll do it again and again whether it works or not, because we only have one way to play the game. That's kind of what it is. And we've seen this before. It used to be called the Juice Pirates by some. Sometimes used with Artanis, an amateur opponent. But that's it. Tyrael, Morales, and a few other things, and you've got it. Yeah,
but good guys, they played perfectly. If Leftovers had been able to take down that top 4 and get a nuke earlier, that might have been a completely different story. But the good guys were too much in control of that game to give them any concessions.
Yeah, because they know the strat. I mean, if we know it, they certainly know it. And they immediately countered with a boss and a nuke. So nice try. Was it the folly of a lifetime to try this strategy?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, was Leftovers maybe too confident? They wanted to end in style? Or did they indeed barely practice Warhead and just want to move right past it to play their standard brand of heroes again next map? Who knows?
Yeah, it's fair either way. For whatever reason they did it for, this is the time to do it. They have a good buffer. They still have another match buffer. Even if good guys win again, then it's just a tiebreaker and it comes down to the final map.
So what cheese do you want to see next map, Tester? Do you want to see the murky C9 2015 BlizzCon style?
Well,